If your mornings feel rushed and your mind's already spinning the moment you wake up, you're not just tired, you're misaligned. That anxious feeling? It's more than just a mood. It's momentum, stolen before your day even begins. When your first thoughts are stress and pressure, that energy follows you into every decision, every conversation, every action. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be that way. The moment you begin your day with calm, clarity, and intention, everything shifts. Suddenly, your mind is sharp. You're not reacting. You're leading. You move with focus, with purpose. And that's where real success is born. Not in the chaos, but in the calm that comes before it. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to build a morning routine that clears your mind, centers your energy, and sets the tone for a truly successful day. Each sunrise presents a choice: to rise with purpose, or to drift aimlessly. That simple choice, though small, sets the direction for your entire day and your entire life. Before the world wakes up, before notifications, meetings, or distractions, there's a sacred silence, a powerful space. It's in this quiet that the world's most successful minds discovered their strength. Think of Andrew Carnegie, a titan of industry. He understood something most people ignore. Your morning defines your destiny. Carnegie didn't stumble into greatness. He crafted it day by day, starting with how he began his mornings. For him, the first hour of the day was not just the start of another 24 hours. It was the opening scene of a masterpiece yet to be written. He didn't wake out of habit. He woke with vision, not confusion. He understood this. How you begin determines how you finish. Your first waking hour is the rudder of your life's ship. Let that sink in. Before the sun rises, before anyone else's voice enters your space, you're given a blank page, a sacred moment. And in that moment, you must decide. Will you let the day define you, or will you define the day? Most people drift. They wake up late, scramble through a routine, and wonder why life feels out of control. They let the weather, the headlines, or someone else's agenda shape their mindset. But those who rise with intention, they are different. They treat the morning as sacred. They journal. They meditate. They visualize. They plan. They remind themselves of their why, of the fire that drives them. They don't wake to escape sleep. They wake to chase vision. They've already seen their future in their minds before their feet touch the floor. Because clarity is power, and clarity is born in the quiet. In that stillness, before the world intrudes, you can hear your true voice. The one that remembers your dreams. The one that knows who you really are. Carnegie's mornings weren't filled with distractions. They were filled with deliberate action. He didn't react to the world. He shaped it. That's the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Success isn't built in grand moments. It's forged in the small, repeated choices we make daily. And the most powerful of those choices? How you start your day. Ask yourself, what are your mornings saying about your life? Are they chaotic, rushed, and unfocused? Or calm, intentional, and aligned with purpose? Don't wait for motivation to find you. Design mornings that create motivation. Before you rise tomorrow, pause. Close your eyes. Envision your ideal day. See yourself moving with certainty, speaking with clarity, acting with conviction. Feel your purpose pulling you forward. Let that vision light your fire. Then rise. Not slowly, not passively, but with energy and purpose. The world doesn't need more people drifting. It needs people like you, awake, aware, and alive with direction. You are the captain. The morning is your compass, and today is your ocean. Choose your direction before the world chooses it for you. The gap between mediocrity and mastery often comes down to a simple but powerful habit: reviewing your specific goals daily. Not once a year, not even once a month, but every single morning. Picture this. You open a notebook or journal and write down the 3 or 4 most important tasks you need to accomplish today. You don't just list them, you visualize them completed. You feel the pride, the progress, the momentum building. This isn't just mental preparation, it's a neurological trigger. It primes your subconscious to seek opportunities, resist distractions, and summon the energy needed to act. This is science, not fantasy. Your brain is wired to chase goals. When you provide it with a target, especially one written and visualized, it begins working in the background. It filters what matters, guides your focus, and silently shapes your decisions. It becomes your internal compass, steering you toward the future you've envisioned. Thomas Edison lived by this principle. His days didn't begin with guesswork, they began with direction. Questions to ask, problems to solve, innovations to explore. His legendary breakthroughs weren't random flashes of genius. They were the product of focused, structured, daily clarity. And what's stopping you from doing the same? You don't need to invent the light bulb. You only need to reclaim your mornings. Treat them as sacred. Don't let the world hijack your attention before you've had a chance to shape your direction. Each morning, write down your goals. Not just long-term dreams, but the short-term steps that will move you closer to them. Ask yourself, what must be done today? What small action will push me forward? Then, take it further. Visualize yourself completing those tasks. See yourself sending that email, making that call, finishing that project, taking that walk. The more vividly you picture success, the more emotionally driven you become, because your mind doesn't distinguish between imagined success and actual achievement. It responds to repetition, clarity, and emotion. That's why elite athletes visualize victory. That's why performers rehearse wins in their minds before ever stepping on stage. And you are no different. Your life is your performance. Your mind is your arena. So ask yourself, what are your goals today? Are they written down? Are they crystal clear and meaningful? Or are they just vague intentions waiting for a better mood or the perfect moment? Don't wait for the moment. Create it. Your daily goal-setting ritual isn't a productivity hack. It's a declaration of who you are and who you're becoming. Because small actions compound. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. And then, without even realizing it, you've built something remarkable. Not by chance, but by conscious choice. The future doesn't show up fully formed. It's carved out in the quiet of the morning, with the ink of your pen, with the pictures in your mind. Start your day like Edison did, with clarity, with direction, and with an unshakable refusal to drift. The power is already within you. Use it. Set your goals. Write them down. Visualize them completed. Then go bring them to life. You shift from a mindset of defense to one of offense. And that change can completely redefine how you experience the day. Winning your morning doesn't mean being perfect. It means making progress. It means choosing discipline over delay, action over anxiety. It's about developing a pattern of motion that becomes momentum, and eventually, a way of life. One small act of courage in the morning can set off a chain of impact by evening. So what's your first challenge today? Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding, a report that demands deep focus, a workout that tests your limits. Whatever it is, face it first. Not after you've eased into your day. Not when everything feels just right. Face it first. Because the truth is, waiting doesn't make hard things easier. It only makes them heavier. The longer you delay, the more they drain you. But when you take them on early, you lift the weight before it becomes a burden. You give yourself clarity and momentum. Let your morning be a declaration that says, "Today, I am not waiting for momentum. I am creating it." Because how you begin determines how far you'll go. Your energy, your focus, your discipline, all of it starts with a decision. And one of the most powerful decisions you can make is to start strong. Win the morning. Win the day. Building resilience through daily habits, life will test you, not once or twice, but again and again, often without warning. But in that challenge lies a gift. Every morning is a fresh chance to build your resilience. It's more than just a new day, it's a training ground for your mind and your spirit. A quiet hour to prepare for whatever lies ahead. Few understood this better than Winston Churchill. During the darkest days of World War II, while bombs rained down and the world held its breath, Churchill stood firm. His strength wasn't luck. It was forged through discipline, clarity, and a refusal to surrender. Churchill didn't treat mornings as routine. He treated them as preparation, deliberate time to ready himself for leading under fire. Resilience isn't a rare trait for the few. It's a skill anyone can develop. A muscle you strengthen each time you challenge yourself. And like all strength, it's built through consistency. Each morning is a chance to train. The question is, do you take it? Start by embracing small challenges. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of sitting. Finish what you start. These may seem like small choices, but they're not meaningless. They're your message to yourself. I am capable. I am disciplined. I will do what others avoid. In these quiet acts of effort, your resilience is built. Strong people don't wait for adversity to strike. They train daily. They meet difficulty head-on with a mindset that says, I'm ready. And when challenges come, they don't ask, why me? They ask, what now? That shift in thinking is the heart of mental strength. It's not about being untouched by hardship. It's about not being broken by it. Setbacks aren't disruptions. They're necessary steps. And when you begin your morning with that mindset, challenges become opportunities. Pain becomes fuel. And growth becomes inevitable. This is where character is built. Not in ease, but in endurance. Make that your morning ritual. Before the chaos of the day begins, sit with yourself, breathe, reflect. Ask, what can I do today to grow stronger? And then do it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It won't come. The perfect moment is now. Whether it's a hard conversation, a tough decision, or a task you've been delaying, lean in. Resilience isn't formed in grand gestures. It's forged in discipline, in the choice to rise when you'd rather rest, to push forward when quitting would be easier, to stay grounded when life tries to shake you. Churchill said it best, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue. That counts. That courage? It starts in the morning. It starts with how you meet the day, before the day meets you. The strength you build early becomes your shield. It keeps you steady when life gets turbulent. It reminds you who you are when the world tries to make you forget. It won't guarantee comfort, but it will ensure readiness. And when the storm comes, as it always will, you won't falter. You'll rise because you've trained for it. You've made resilience a way of life. Not by reacting, but by preparing. Every morning offers a choice. Build strength, or let the day shape you. Choose strength. Let each sunrise become your forge. Let each challenge be your training. And let every uncomfortable moment prepare you for greatness. Resilience isn't found. It's built, one morning at a time. Henry Ford, a man who transformed industry and transportation, understood this better than most. He famously said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." In that simple truth lies the blueprint for personal achievement. Ford didn't build his empire because he had more resources than others. He built it because he believed he could. Belief was his engine. Discipline was his steering wheel. Each morning offers a blank canvas, a new chance to shape your life. But it all begins not with action, but with belief. Before you set goals, before you dive into tasks, you must align your mind with the possibility of success. You must believe that what you seek is possible, that you are capable. Start your day by affirming your belief in yourself, not as a vague wish, but with conviction. Stand before the mirror if you must, and say it aloud. I am capable. I am focused. I am worthy of success. I will overcome challenges. I create value. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. You are aligning your inner world with the outcomes you desire. Because if your subconscious is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, it will sabotage your progress at every turn. But if it's filled with belief, purpose, and clarity, it will become your greatest ally. Morning affirmations are more than motivational phrases. They are commands to your subconscious mind. When repeated with emotion and consistency, they rewire your brain. They shift your identity from one who hopes to one who knows. Belief doesn't guarantee ease, but it guarantees endurance. It forms the foundation for all action. When belief is strong, failure becomes a stepping stone. Setbacks turn into signals, not stop signs. Your mind stops asking, "Can I?" and starts asking, "How will I?" Look at the great achievers throughout history. They faced criticism, doubt, opposition. Yet, their belief in their mission, rooted deeply in their morning rituals, carried them through storms that would have broken lesser spirits. They didn't just wake up and work. They woke up and believed. When you begin each day with self-belief, you stop seeking permission from the outside. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop needing validation. Instead, you create your own momentum. You clear the mental fog of uncertainty and walk into your day with purpose and precision. Here's the truth. The mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. What you vividly imagine and emotionally affirm, it accepts as truth. So if you feed it belief, it will generate action aligned with that belief. It will spot opportunities. It will fuel perseverance. It will silence inner resistance. But if you let doubt take root each morning, you're planting weeds where flowers should grow. Your morning is your mental workshop. It's where you decide who you will be and what kind of life you will build. Don't leave it to chance. Claim it. Breathe life into it. Speak power into it. Let belief be your compass. Because ultimately, your reality is not written by fate. It's authored by belief. And belief begins with a choice. A choice you must make every morning. So choose wisely. Choose strength. Choose clarity. Choose belief. And watch your world shift accordingly. Cultivating passion and purpose. Passion is the fuel behind extraordinary achievement. It's the fire burning quietly beneath the surface, driving bold actions and courageous dreams. Without passion, even the best plans feel hollow. But with it, every moment becomes meaningful, every setback bearable, and every morning a call to greatness. Walt Disney didn't build his kingdom of imagination through strategy alone. He built it with relentless, visionary passion. Long before theme parks, animated classics, or iconic characters, there was a man with a dream so vivid, no obstacle could dim its light. Disney's mornings weren't clouded by doubt. They were illuminated by purpose. Each day, he reminded himself of the joy, wonder, and hope he wanted to bring into the world. You, too, carry that spark. Maybe it's buried beneath routine or dulled by responsibility's weight. But it's there, and every morning offers a chance to reignite it. Ask yourself, why did I begin this journey? What vision once stirred my soul and moved me with urgency? What legacy do I hope to leave behind? These aren't questions for the idle mind. They bring you back to your core. They reconnect you with what matters most. Because passion, when nurtured, transforms ordinary days into meaningful adventures. Each morning, before stepping into the world, take time to reconnect with your purpose. Revisit the dream. Speak it aloud. See it clearly in your mind. Remind yourself of the lives you want to touch, the change you want to create, the story you are writing with every decision. Passion isn't constant excitement. It's a consistent direction. It's not loud or flashy. Often it's quiet, steady, deeply personal, but when fed, it becomes unstoppable. It becomes the energy that fuels action even when motivation fades. It becomes the reason you keep going when the road gets tough. Think of passion as a fire. Left unattended, it flickers and dies. But when you tend to it every morning, it grows, radiating warmth and light into everything you do. This is why your mornings matter so much. It's not just the tasks you plan or the goals you set. It's the why behind it all. The emotional fire that fuels your engine. Obstacles will come. There will be long days, failures, moments of fatigue. But when your actions are rooted in passion, those moments lose their power to break you. Because you're not just working for a paycheck or a title. You're building something meaningful. You're pursuing a purpose bigger than comfort. Walt Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And where does that courage come from? Passion. The kind you return to each morning. The kind that reminds you of your journey matters. So before the noise of the world creeps in, give yourself that gift. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Reflect on your mission. Feel the emotion behind your goals. Let that feeling fill your chest. Sharpen your focus. Guide your first steps. When you nurture passion daily, you awaken an inner drive that can't be manufactured or faked. It's real. It's raw. And it moves mountains. It whispers to you in moments of doubt and shouts in moments of triumph. It makes you resilient, focused, and deeply fulfilled. Every great achievement in history was powered by passion. And yours is no different. So start your day not just with plans, but with purpose. Let passion be the pulse of your morning. Stoke that fire and let it carry you toward your life's ultimate purpose. Because a life fueled by passion is a life that cannot be stopped. Continuous learning and growth. Commit to learning something new each morning. In the quiet hours before the world rushes in, you hold the key to your own evolution. There's no greater investment than the one you make in your mind. And the most powerful way to grow is by embracing daily learning with discipline and curiosity. Abraham Lincoln, born into humble beginnings with limited formal education, became one of history's most intellectually agile leaders. He spent his mornings reading, reflecting, and absorbing ideas that would later shape a nation. His wisdom wasn't a product of privilege. It was born from persistence. Lincoln understood every morning was a chance to expand his perspective, refine his thinking, and prepare his soul for leadership. You don't need grand resources to follow his path. You only need the willingness to show up to your books, your questions, your curiosity. Lifelong learners aren't defined by diplomas or titles. They're defined by mindset. Each sunrise, they ask, "What can I discover today?" Whether you read a chapter, practice a skill, or explore a new idea, morning learning sends a message to your subconscious. I am still growing. I am still becoming. I am not done. That mindset is your greatest asset in a world that never stops evolving. Morning learning does more than build knowledge. It sharpens your mind, strengthens your focus, and creates momentum for the day ahead. And most importantly, it keeps your ego in check. The learner's mindset is humble. It knows that no matter how much you know, there's always more to understand. Think of your mind as a blade. Without regular honing, it dulls. But with consistent sharpening, it becomes precise, adaptable, and powerful. Each morning, a few minutes of intentional learning keeps your blade sharp. You become more effective in your work, more thoughtful in conversation, and more resilient in challenge. Adaptability is no longer optional. It's essential. And learning is the gateway to adaptability. The more you know, the more you can pivot. The more you grow, the more you can lead. Those who stop learning become rigid and fearful of change. But those who learn daily grow confident in uncertainty. They trust their ability to adapt, to solve, to rise. Make it a habit. Set aside 10, 15, 20 minutes each morning. Choose your source of wisdom. It could be a biography, a philosophy, a new language, or a practical skill. Don't just skim. Engage. Take notes, reflect, apply. Let learning be a living experience, not a passive routine. Growth is never accidental. It doesn't happen in the rush of reaction. It happens in the stillness of intention. When you sit down each morning with a mind ready to learn, you choose who you become. You design your future, one idea at a time. So ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I stretch my thinking? What idea can I carry through the day? Abraham Lincoln didn't become great overnight. He became great through years of quiet study, relentless curiosity, and deep reflection. His mornings weren't distractions. They were transformations. Let yours be the same. Begin each day not just by waking your body, but by awakening your mind. Commit to the habit. Embrace the mindset. And watch as every morning adds layers to your strength, wisdom, and legacy. Because the person who learns every morning is the person who leads every day. Adaptability in adversity. Your flexibility in adversity determines your success. Life rarely goes as planned. The unexpected arrives unannounced, demanding your response. And in those moments, it's not strength alone that carries you forward. It's adaptable. The ability to bend without breaking, to shift without losing purpose. That is the mark of enduring greatness. Look at the lives of successful entrepreneurs. Their triumphs weren't born from perfect conditions, but from the power to adapt when conditions changed. They didn't resist change. They mastered it. They understood that unpredictability isn't the enemy. It's an invitation. An invitation to grow, to pivot, to rise. Markets fluctuate. Trends faded. Crisis came. Yet they endured. Why? Because they trained themselves to respond, not react. To see solutions where others saw setbacks. Your morning routine should include this training. Each daybreak is more than a fresh start. It's a rehearsal for life's uncertainty. Use the quiet of morning to build mental flexibility. Ask yourself, what might challenge me today? How will I meet it with calm and clarity? Visualize yourself adapting. Prepare not just for success, but for resilience. Adaptability begins with mindset. If you see change as disruption, you'll resist it. But if you see it as direction, you'll embrace it. The most successful individuals don't just survive change, they harness it. They don't mourn the loss of old plans. They build new ones, better ones, aligned with reality. Train your mind to spot opportunity inside adversity. When something unexpected arises, pause. Don't panic. Instead, ask, where is the growth here? What advantage is hidden beneath this obstacle? This perspective isn't natural, it's practiced. And the best time to practice is each morning, before the world makes its demands. Imagine stepping into your day prepared not only for what you expect, but also for what you don't. That's power. That's freedom. When your mind is rooted in adaptability, you stop fearing change. You start using it. You become agile. You move with the current, not against it. Make adaptability part of your morning ritual. Reflect on past situations where you grew through uncertainty. Write down one way you'll stay flexible today. Remind yourself, you don't need control. You need clarity. Clarity of purpose. Clarity of mindset. With that, you can adapt to anything. The truth is, life will always test you. Plans will unravel. People will be disappointed. Circumstances will shift. But if you meet each morning with a spirit of openness and adaptability, you won't just endure, you'll evolve. Let every challenge become a stepping stone. Let every setback become a setup for something better. When you adapt, you grow. When you grow, you lead. And when you lead through adversity, you become unstoppable. Embrace change, not as a threat, but as a teacher. Begin each day ready to adjust, to flex, to rise. Because adaptability doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive. And thriving, after all, is the real measure of success. Mindset of gratitude. Gratitude shapes perception. The way you view your world isn't defined by what happens to you, but by how you interpret it. And nothing refines that interpretation more powerfully than a grateful heart. Begin your morning with gratitude, and you lay the foundation for a day defined not by lack, but by abundance. Eleanor Roosevelt known for her wisdom and inner strength, made gratitude a daily practice. In the face of personal trials and global crises, she chose to focus on what was good, right, and worth celebrating. That habit didn't just lift her spirits, it strengthened her character. It allowed her to lead with compassion, speak with purpose, and influence the world with grace. Her secret wasn't just resilience, it was gratitude. Each morning, you have the same opportunity. Before the noise of the day clouds your thoughts, take a few moments to reflect. Ask yourself, what do I have today that I once hoped for? What simple joys surround me? What lessons have I learned through difficulty? In asking these questions, you reframe your life, not as a series of burdens, but as a collection of blessings. Gratitude fosters a positive attitude. It's more than a feeling, it's a perspective, a lens through which you see your circumstances. And that lens changes everything. When you focus on what's going well, you train your mind to find the good in every situation. You stop taking things for granted. You become more present, more hopeful, more alive. This mindset doesn't just elevate your mood, it improves your mental health. Studies show people who practice daily gratitude experience less stress, better sleep, and greater overall happiness. Why? Because gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's meaningful. It quiets the inner critic and awakens inner peace. Relationships thrive in the soil of gratitude. When you appreciate the people in your life, you connect more deeply. You listen more intently. You forgive more easily. Gratitude strengthens bonds because it reminds you of the value others bring into your world. It says, I see you. I appreciate you. You matter. Obstacles lose their sting when viewed through the lens of appreciation. A setback becomes a teacher. A failure becomes feedback. A delay becomes a hidden gift. Gratitude transforms the narrative. Instead of asking, why me? You begin asking, what is this teaching me? And that shift opens doors where walls once stood. Make it a habit. Start each day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand. Often, the small things carry the most. Beauty, a warm cup of tea, a kind word, a breath of fresh air. Let these acknowledgments set the tone for your day. Gratitude is magnetic. It draws goodness into your life because it focuses your energy on what is working. And when you focus on what is working, you naturally create more of it. So, before your feet hit the floor each morning, pause, reflect, give thanks. The world around you may not change, but your world will. Because when you begin with gratitude, you begin with power. And from that place, success flows naturally. History remembers those who act boldly. Innovators like Nikola Tesla didn't just dream. They took decisive action every morning, building legacies that changed the world. Your actions today will shape your tomorrow and define your legacy. Each day, ask yourself, how will my actions today impact my legacy? Take deliberate steps toward meaningful accomplishments. Greatness isn't just contemplated, it's acted upon decisively. Let every morning motivate you toward confident action, knowing your dreams are within reach. Now is your moment. Embrace the morning. Transform your life. Win the morning, and you will surely win the day.